Welcome to the channel Physics by IITians. We are back with another problem series of the standard problem set of physics. And this video is very important for IIT JAM, GATE and BARC-like examinations. So let's start the video. The first question we will discuss is the question that the relation between the angular frequency omega and wave number k for given type of waves is omega square equals to alpha k plus beta k cube. The wave number k naught for which the phase velocity equals to the group velocity is which one? The options are given as follows. Now here what you have been provided, that you are provided with a relation, that is a dispersion relation, that is the relation between omega and k, and you have to find out that at what wave number k naught or particular k, the phase velocity, that is omega by k, will be equal to the group velocity, that is d omega by dk. So the relation, that is omega square equals to alpha k plus beta k cube. Phase velocity vp is the velocity of the individual disturbance of a wave, that is individual wave, that is omega by k, and group velocity is d omega by dk, that is the velocity with which a group of waves can propagate. So the given, from the given relation we can write it, the differentiating with respect to k, we can write this as 2 omega into d omega dk equals to alpha plus 3 beta k square, or d omega dk can be written as alpha plus 3 beta k square divided by 2 omega. Now this should be equal to omega by k. This is our provided condition, that is group velocity equals to phase velocity. So take these two condition, we get k into alpha plus 3 beta k square equals to 2 omega square. Now this 2 omega square can be written as alpha k plus beta k cube because it is given in our condition. So you write this and you solve or you simplify this, you get k or value of k naught equals to root over alpha divided by beta. So option C is the correct answer. If you want to understand what is the relation between the group velocity, phase velocity, what is the physical meaning of group velocity, phase velocity, I have made separate video. I will give the link in the description box. Now come to the next question. In an intrinsic semiconductor, the free carrier concentration N in centimeter minus 3 varies with temperature T in Kelvin as shown in the figure below. The band gap of the semiconductor is how much? Your Kb has been provided. So this is the graph where, or this is the data where you are given that ln n and 1000 divided by t values, and you have to find out the band gap of this intrinsic semiconductor. So we should know about what is the meaning of intrinsic semiconductor. The semiconductor is there is no doping or there is no external agency for the carrier concentration. Sorry, excuse me. So this is the carrier concentration is entirely due to this its intrinsic properties of the semiconductor. So the energy band diagram at 0 Kelvin of that semiconductor is this one. I mean the all the carriers, that is electrons, will be in the valence band and there will be no carrier available in the conduction band at 0 Kelvin. And at temperature is when increasing, the electrons can jump to a higher state and jump to the conduction band due to the thermal excitation. So this is the energy band diagram of an intrinsic semiconductor at 0 Kelvin and at higher than 0 Kelvin temperature. Okay, so here we have provided the carrier concentration data with respect to the temperature, and we have to find out the band gap. So we have to use the data. So the carrier concentration, intrinsic carrier concentration Ni of electrons and holes in undoped semiconductor, that is the intrinsic semiconductor, is Ni equals to root over Nv into Nc to exponential minus Eg divided by 2 kT, where Nv, Nc are the density of states in the valence band and in the conduction band. So take this as square. So n square equals ni square equals to nvnc exponential of minus eg divided by twice kt, where eg is the band gap which we wish to find. Now ni square n1, suppose we are taking two different Fourier concentrations. So one will be n1 for, suppose it is for the temperature T1, another is the n2 for the temperature T2 for that same semiconductor. So n1 square by n2 square we get exponential Eg by 2k T2 minus Eg by 2k T1. Now take the logarithm. So 2 of log n1 minus log n2, you simplify it, put the log, and you get Eg divided by 1000k. I am taking 1000 because for my simplification of calculation, look here, this is in terms of 1000 by t. So we write this terms, that is T2 T1 in terms of 1000 by T2, 1000 by T1 for our simplified calculation. So we take 1000 here and we multiply 1000 here. So to for our simplification of calculations. So you I think you understand it. And then after simplifying we get Eg by 2000k, 1000 by T2 minus 1000 by T1. Now all these data are given, that is log n1, log n2, 1000 by T2, 1000 by T1. Look here again the graph. We got that log n and 1000 by t. So if we put this as n2 and if we put this value as n1, so we get log n1 as 32.5, log n2 as 36.5, and corresponding temperature, that is 1000 by T1 is 3, and corresponding temperature for this one n2 concentration is 1000 divided by T2, that is 2. So we put this value exactly here. So we put log n1 as 32.5 and log n2 as 36.5 and 1000 by T2 as 2 and 1000 by T1 as 3. So Eg we get as 1.38 electron volt. So you have to only apply this formula and you have to understand which data has been given to you. Okay, and then you apply that formula and the problems will be easier. The next question is from special theory of relativity. A particle of rest mass m naught is moving uniformly in a straight line with a relativistic velocity beta c, where c is the velocity of light in vacuum and beta within a 0 and 1. The phase velocity of de Broglie wave associated with the particle. Now the fact, that is phase velocity. So you have to find out omega divided by k. So what will apply? You will apply, first you apply the de Broglie wavelength, that is lambda equals to h by mv. To find out k, we can write k as k equals to 2 pi by lambda. You put the value of lambda here, so you get 2 pi mv divided by h. Now nu equals to E by h, because E equals to h nu. So omega can be written as omega equals to 2 pi nu, or omega can be written as 2 pi E into h, where nu is put in as E by h. So E equals to mc square. So omega equals to 2 pi mc square by h. So Vp equals to omega by k, that is 2 pi mc square divided by h into k value, that is h by mv. Now it is equals to c square by v. Now v has been given as beta c, because in this problem the particle velocity is, or particle is moving with a velocity of beta c. So here v you put as beta c. So you get Vp, that is phase velocity, as c square by v or c square by beta c or c by b beta. So that is the answer, that is option B, c by beta is the answer. So you find here it is very easy question, but some applying problems with some tricks, like you have to understand what you first find, if like phase velocity. So omega by k, you need to find out omega, you need to find out k, and you need to relate those things so that you can come to a conclusion with your answer. Now the next question, it is a very tricky question, another tricky question, and it is a very important concept also, and I have made separate videos for the physical implementation or physical phenomena that is happening between wave plates. So you can go and learn this. I have taught the whole optics series there. Okay, so go to the playlist, you can get that videos of for optics series. The question we come, that is E equals to 3 I cap plus 4 j cap exponential of iota omega t minus kz. This represents an electromagnetic wave. The possible directions of the first axis of a quarter wave plate converts this wave into a circular wave. So what will be the possible directions of this quarter wave plate axis? Now, what is the meaning of quarter wave plate? The meaning of quarter wave plate is the wave plate that works by shifting the phase between the two perpendicular polarization components of the light wave, and this leads to a phase difference between the two components as they exit the crystal. And the plane polarized light can become a circular polarized light, and a circular polarized light can become plane polarized light with this action of quarter wave plate. And the axis, that is fast axis, is called the extraordinary axis when Ne, that is the refractive index for the extraordinary ray, is less than the refractive index of the ordinary ray, that is No. And other axis is called the slow axis. So what is happening here? Suppose this is a crystal or lambda by 4 plate. Actually, lambda by 4 plate uses calcite crystals, quartz crystals, which are capable of showing birefringence pattern. Okay. So this is our linearly polarized light, incident light, and it should be tilted with this axis at 45 degree. Okay, with the x-axis. So it is making 45-degree angle so that it can split the components of the incident light wave, that is E, to exactly Ex and Ey, such that its amplitude should be the same and the phase difference between them should be 90 degree to get the circular polarized wave. Okay, so this plane wave, after passing through this lambda by 4 plate, this is a which is made of birefringent crystal, it becomes the right circularly polarized wave. So the from the plane wave we get the circularly polarized wave with the application of a lambda by 4 plate, and the axis it is making the 45 degree. Now in this problem, where E has been given as 3 I cap plus 4 j cap exponential I omega t minus kz is the incident light, and we have to find out the angles or the orientation which are making 45 degree with the direction of the vibration of the electric field, so that the amplitude of ordinary ray and the extraordinary ray is equal, and it will produce a circularly polarized light. So the given field, and suppose it is the EXYZT equals to A 3 I cap plus 4 j cap exponential iota omega t minus kz, or it can be written as E naught, this one as E naught A exponential I iota omega t minus kz, where E naught is 3 I cap plus 4 j cap. This is the outgoing light or produced light that is circularly polarized. Now let us calculate the angle between E naught and the axis of the wave plate. Okay, so E naught and A. So you take the options. First we take the option as 1 by root 2 7 I cap plus j cap, and B as 1 by root 2 minus I cap plus 7 j cap. So we find the angle between them, that is E naught cos theta equals to E naught dot A divided by mod E naught into mod A, and cos another theta, that is E naught dot B divided by mod E naught mod B. And this option showing you that theta equals to 45 degree. So the option A, that is, let me come to the question. 7i, that is here this option 7i minus j and 1 by root 2 I cap plus 7 j cap. This is the correct option. Now come to the next question. A spring mass system has undamped natural angular frequency omega naught equals to 100 radian per second. The solution xt at critical damping is given by how much? And before that, I think some okay. Actually, uh, okay. A spring mass system here, that is omega naught equals to 100 radian per second, and xt is given by xt as x naught 1 plus omega naught t into exponential minus omega naught t, where x naught is the constant. The system experiences the maximum damping force at time 0.01 second, zero point 0.1 second, 0.01 pi second, zero point 0.1 pi second. So you have given this xt, that is the display at any instant the displacement, and you have to find out the system when it experiences the maximum damping force. So x has been given as x naught 1 plus omega naught t exponential minus omega naught t. So damping force is proportional to velocity. So the damping force F can be written as A into V, where A is a constant factor. So we find out V as dx dt, that is V equals to x naught omega naught square minus of t exponential minus omega naught t. Now calculate the acceleration for the maximum of the damping force, that is dv dt, and it should be 0 for the maximum damping. So put the value a equals to 0, we get t equals to 0.01 second. So this is the answer. Now come to another question. Okay, this is the ending of the question. So we have an announcement. Here you can analyze your preparation through our online test series. And if you are a JAM candidate, or if you are a GATE candidate, or if you are preparing for BARC-like exam, you can join this subject test on both test series. This will be very helpful for you, and it costs only 700 rupees. And let me highlight some points that after the exams, the solution will be available. So rank will be also given based on your performance compared to others, and you will get lot of practice test before the official examination, that is the official exam of JAM or official exam of GATE or official exam of BARC, and the maximum benefit for the student at a minimum cost. So you can join now. The full length test series for NET, GATE, JEST, all are welcome. Topic wise test series, all are welcome. And for full length and topic wise, this is the most important test series. I think it will be the most beneficial test series for you. So you can join these two schemes or any of the schemes according to your choice. So you can also watch the full video instruction where we detailedly demonstrate how to join for the test. The link has been shown, given here also will be given to the description box. Thank you.